It's time for our weekly read it or backseat it. So I had a pretty heavy fantasy week, and I also read a few arcs, and I DNF'd a couple of books, so I'll mention those at the end. But the first book that I finished up this past week was The Red Winter, and this is a debut novel. This is a dark queer historical fantasy. I am going to say read it. I will definitely be reading more from this author. And just a side note, I will have full reviews of all of these books coming. This is just a quick what I read over this last week. Then I read Radiance finally, and this is why I do not give up on fantasy romance, romantasy. This was perfection. It is a slow burn, and I love it. I'm currently reading book 2 in this duology. I finally got to Dominion, which I'm so mad at myself because I actually won the audiobook from Storygraph before this book came out, and I just now got to it. But this is a Southern family drama. Absolutely a read it. I read Echoes of Us, which has already been published, but the audiobook comes out in February. This is unfortunately going to be a backseat it. And I have a full review coming. I don't think it's fair to call this a romance book, but it is about two people who do love each other, but it's very unhealthy. Yeah, Big Daddy. I finally read Jade City by Fonda Lee, and this is going to be a read it. I will say it was a little bit wordy, but this is in high stakes urban fantasy. I'm definitely excited to get into book 2. I made something really fluffy, so I finally read the second book in the Bright Falls series, which is Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. This is a sapphic rom-com, and it gave me all the feelings, and it was so sweet, and I'm gonna say. Then lastly, I read the arc of The Art of Survival by Lilith Quinn. This is an absolute read it. It is a very dark literary fiction book, very character driven. Again, we'll have full review coming, but this comes out on February 8th. I DNF'd an arc called Holy Boy. There wasn't anything necessarily wrong. I just wasn't interested. So I just DNF'd it. And then I also DNF'd Word, which you have for a long time. And it's so short. And you're like, Sarah, you could have pushed through. I could have, but I didn't want to. So I didn't. Anyways, that's my read it or backseat it. And I hope you guys are having the best week that you possibly can. And I'm sending you guys all of the love.